今日好凍嘅天氣，我哋嚟咗呢一度叫做 Bruce Mill Conservation Park。咁我哋嚟呢度咧係睇呢個 Maple Syrup Festival 嘅，咁就即係睇人哋點樣收集 Maple Syrup 啦。咁樣咧一路行一路帶大家睇。哦，嚟到呢度咧有呢個 Tree Walk 啦，咁我哋陣間行完再翻嚟睇下有冇開唔開。咁呢度Maple Syrup Trail 我哋開始啦。
呢度咧就有嗰啲台，嗰啲 Maple Syrup 嗰啲嘢㗎。係啦。睇下攞乜先？我將個勾喺度。勾住佢嘅。
呢度冇，呢個冇嘅，
呢個冇，
唔係呢棵。係啊，都話聲你聽啫。淨係外面定係內？嚇？內啊？
唔知呢啲係咪咧？咦？有嘢流出嚟喎，就好似係冰嚟喎。
冰，咁佢應該係有啲汁流出嚟先會結咗冰㗎。
但係頭先落雪喎。落
雪唔應該喺入邊走出嚟㗎。哦，有啊，結咗冰㗎。今朝係落好大太陽啦，好大風，亦都好大風雪嘅。
哦，原來就係咯。
係啊，梗係啦。你唔相信佢？又唔係好甜，因為未煮。好耐先落去甜。我呢度又有一個，睇下先，有冇啊？我呢個冇結冰喎。有啊，頭先嗰個結咗冰啊。哦，啊，下邊嗰啲結晒冰，咦？呢棵樹多啲汁喎。啊，勁啊！等我試下係咪甜嘅先。好似水咁嘅味嘅，冇乜味。好，呢啲樹汁咧係得好少糖分啫。而喺開始收集嘅時候咧，個糖分係最高㗎啦。裏邊好多水分嘅。好，我哋睇呢度做乜先？哇！有人喺度講解喎。哇！有火！我開心落去呢度好暖啊！
Now this here is a hollowed out log or stump. They would use fire to help hollow it out, make a nice cooking pot. And this is our cooking vessel. All that sap we collect, we're going to place it in here, in this here. And we're going to use this to help make our maple sugar. Now, when it comes to the tree, maple syrup is almost entirely made of what? Maple sap is made almost entirely out of what? Water? It's almost entirely water, that's right. So if we want to get rid of all that water, what do we have to do to it? What's the process called? What do you do when you put something on the stove? What do you want to do? Evaporate, or we're going to want to boil it. And boiling, of course, means heat. So of course we have our cooking pot made of wood here. Now, if you want to boil something at your stove at home, what do? Take your pot and put it where? You put it directly on the stove, right? Now what happens if we did that with this pot? We have our wooden pot here. This would be our stove and open fire. We put our wood pot directly on our open fire. What's going to happen to our wood pot? What's going to happen? Yes. What's going to happen? Put your hand up. It's going to burn. That's right. Do you want to burn our pot? No, that would be bad. If we burn our pot, all our sap's going to fall out. It's probably going to put out our fire. That'd be a bad day. We'd have no fire, no sap, and no pot. So we got to come up with some other way to heat up the sap. Since we can't put it directly on the fire like we put a pot today on our stove. Any guesses how we're going to do that?
Put it nearby.
Well, if we put it nearby, eventually the pot's still going to burn. What are we going to put in it?
Oh, hot stone.
We're going to put rocks in, that's right. So we're going to rocks nice and hot to the fire. Hopefully these rocks are hot enough.
Woo!
You can see the steam, you can hear the bubbling sound as it's blowing away. And we're just going to have to do that process again and again and again and again and again and again all day. Now at night, you guys get to go home to your warm beds. Or do you still more work to do? There's still more work to do, so you guys would have to camp out here. Does anybody want to camp out here so I can go home? So at night when we're camping out here, we're going to knock the hot rocks and we're going to let it freeze while we sleep. And then in the morning when we get up, that layer of ice that forms, it's not going to have any sugar, it's just going to be water. The sugar's going to be made in the unfrozen part underneath. So we can throw away that ice, and then guess what we do? What do we do the next day? Right, the same thing, we keep more hot rocks, and then more rocks for 4 days. Again, the 4 days we should be down to basically just sugar. We can scrape it all out of the bottom of our pot, form it into a kind of cake while it's still hot and molten, put it into a letter pouch, and then take it with us. We then use it to add like sugar to our food for flavor or energy. We can also use it just as a straight energy snack to your food. If we have a really good year and make more than we need that year, we can also use it to train other First Nations or Europeans in the area for things we don't have. So it's basically also a form of money back there. You guys have any questions? Yes. So if in the First Nation situation, of course, since they actually have to eat it, they're going to be a little more careful with how they set their life. I luckily don't have to eat it, so I don't have to use it. More importantly, also, if it does get a little ash stuff like that, it's not going to hurt you. It might not taste the best, but they're looking for survival more than for me.
That's the one of the ways, yeah. So animals that eat seeds, they will poop it out, and that might be the new spot for the tree. So what about animals that don't eat seeds? Might they eat an animal that does eat seeds? And maybe that animal has seeds digestion when it got eaten by another, right? And maybe the tree will sprout right in the middle of the home. That does happen. Yeah, so that's one main way. And another way, there's a couple of ways, but one of the other main ways is if, for example, pretend I was an animal for a moment and you were to give me advice of how to be the best animal possible. So if I found 50 seeds, would you recommend I eat them all or should I save some? I would agree. I would agree that would be good advice. You should probably save some because tomorrow I might only find 10. And maybe the next day I'd find 0. Yeah, so it might be good to save some, for sure. So if you were to give me advice on being an animal to save some, how would I do that? What would that advice look like? Yeah. In their home where they live, okay, yeah, absolutely. What happens if that gets full? Where else would I plant?
哇！你摸臭油鼠啊，直接唔摸得㗎啦，臭唔臭？
真係臭你，
真係臭㗎！
你聞下。
好正啊！
聞下先。
臭㗎，真係臭㗎。係咪有臭？
冇嘢。但係好軟熟嘅。
真係好軟熟啊！
係啊。
呢個 OK 咯。
呢個都好軟啊！呢隻咩嚟㗎？
軟熟。
你其實係咩嚟㗎？你？
呢個係 raccoon 咯。
係喎，呢隻係 raccoon 嚟
我以為 raccoon 唔係好，
都幾好喎，試下先。
臭油鼠啦，係啊，臭油鼠啦。
呢隻咧，呢隻咧。
呢隻係咪狼
哇！呢
嚟㗎？
隻正啊！呢隻。
呢隻狼好恐怖。
長毛㗎。
哇！呢隻好正
正啊！呢隻狐狸。
啊！
嗰隻係咪 beaver 啊？咁？
呢隻應該係狐狸誒
Is it a beaver?
It's a beaver?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just guessed.
Yeah.
It's a fox?
Yes.
Beaver? Is it a beaver?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Wow.
你攞住啲咩？攞住啲咩？你食個冰啊？
咩嚟㗎？
咁好好味啊！咩味㗎？
有少少糖味，
有少少糖味，真係甜㗎。
係 maple syrup 嚟㗎。
嗰啲 sap 啊，嗰啲叫 sap 啊，
啊 OK。
好稀嘅，有甜味㗎，真係。
有啊。
哦，勁喎！
We can take a little bit of the sap and then we can make syrup out of it. So that's what we need. We need warm days and cold nights. So when it's cold, all of that sugar goes back down into the roots, and then when it's warm again, and all that sugar goes up the trunk to the leaves to turn all these buds into leaves. And then that's what the cycle is. So that's why this time of year is when we get the syrup, when it's cold at night and warm during the day. So that's what's making the sap flow. It's going down the roots and back up and then back down. So we have to make sure that when we're taking sap out of the tree that we don't take too much sap out. So the scientists have done calculations to find out how much sap is okay to take out of the tree. So depending on how big the tree is, we can add a certain number of taps. So if it's a small tree, 25 centimeters, then we can add 1 tap all the way up to 3 taps if it's 60 centimeters wide. So you can't take all the sap, otherwise it would hurt the tree. Yeah.
好，頭先喺度解釋咧，呢啲 maple syrup 咧，其實係因為而家呢排啲天氣夜晚就好凍，凍到0度以下，所以咧嗰啲樹汁咧其實翻落地底，咁跟住日頭咧0度以上咧，佢又衝翻上嚟喎，衝翻上嚟就想去嗰啲葉嗰啲 buds 嗰度咧，等佢生葉嘅，咁樣咧就所以佢嗰個樹汁就會流啦，咁佢流嘅時候咧就可以收集啦，咁咧收集咧就要睇下佢嗰個樹嘅大細啦，太細2 cm 就只可以攞一個收集嘅啫，咁最大去到60 cm 就可以有3個啦。咁我哋而家睇呢度發生咩事先。
It's not quite your turn yet.
佢就係咁樣轉嗰個樹汁窿啊！
係啊，轉個窿即係嗰條管啊。
Yeah, stop it. Stop it. 注意。Keep going, faster. Faster.
咯，所以咪40個公升先可以有1公升咯。呢桶係2公升，所以一棵樹1年剩下淨有1桶嘢。
棵樹咁粗，
哇！
一年先
真係
整
咁，
到。
好少。
好少嘅。
呢啲就係咁貴重咯。
原來咁。
跟住再朋友就喺呢度話。
哦，呢個咧就係講呢個 Bruce Mill Conservation Park 嘅歷史啊。
係咯。
唔知佢講乜？佢哋 immigrant 咯，頭先睇到喺 Scotland 嗰度嚟。哇！
咩話？
啲小朋友要幫手挑嗰啲，用呢個嚟搬㗎啦。你睇下呢啲哥哥，你搞笑，啲哥哥。
係啦，就可以咧勾住兩頭。
喺後邊嘅先啦。
以前咧成家人去過手嘅喎。
有咩嚟嘅咧？睇下先。Buckets。我從來都冇諗過打開咗一條往第一隻，所以我啲馬咧就拉佢哋嘅。OK，明白晒。咁咧就放喺呢啲上面拉啦。呢度有隻馬啦。跟住啦，呢個又講呢個 Bruce family 點樣製造佢呢個嘅 Maple syrup 嘅生意。好，我哋一路行，一路行。呢個現代啲咯，呢個煲 Maple syrup 嘅方法。
So the final product is remove all the water. It's just a layer of glass rock. Very thick, and you chip away at it to make it like it crystallize. So to crystallize it, you have to go through another process to pound it down. But sugar, when you're making sugar, the final product is just a layer of it looks like rock.
而家咧就唔用嗰啲鐵桶啦，用呢膠管咁樣，跟住再駁落去大管嗰度，一路咧分開樹一齊就整咗個 network， 咁咧就收集去一個大嘅桶嗰度。大個桶喺邊？個桶喺邊？哦，嗰度啊，嗰度啊，見唔見到？呢個啊，快啲啊！喂，呢度。嚇！哇！咦係喎，係咩味㗎？你試下。
係啊。
係煮咗㗎。
咁樣㗎。
糖係咪好甜㗎？
係啊。
同你頭先飲透明嗰啲有乜分別啊？同你飲頭先透明嗰啲有乜分別啊？
你睇，呢一啲係黑色啲，好味啲，同埋係得甜啲。
哦，睇下先。Wow! It turns so dark.
Yeah, so this is our dark maple syrup.
Yes.
It can also come in amber and very dark,
Uh-huh.
which is what we have over in our store. So this comes from Voisins, which is a local sugar bush in Ontario. And the difference in color is how long it's been on the heat for. So usually the later in the season, the longer you have to cook it for because it's going to have more water in the sap, which means the longer you have to cook it for, the more sugar taste and maple taste is going to get pulled out.
Yeah.
So yeah, everyone can have a sample.
Thank you. Modern method 喎，有啲咩 modern method 咧
Hello.
？Hello.
Welcome.
Take a water bath or something?
So
Wow.
here we have an evaporation pan for our modern method station,
Ah.
and you can get syrup in about 4 to 6 hours using this method.
Oh, no need 4 days anymore.
Only 4 days, yeah. Just 4 hours.
6 hours.
Oh, 6 hours, 4 to 6 hours.
Yeah, it depends on when you collect your sap in the season. So if you collect early season sap, it's not going to take as long compared to late season sap, which will take longer because it has a higher water content and will require more sap to make the same amount of syrup, but you also get a darker, sweeter syrup.
睇完頭先個 Modern Method 之後，我哋就行完咗呢個 Maple Syrup Harvest 嘅旅程啦。覺得點啊？
好味。
覺得好味。頭龜妹，呢個旅程有咩得着啊？
原來啲樹裡面有啲咁好味嘅。
頭先話原來咧咩樹都可以咁樣做嗰個樹汁出嚟嘅，係啦，只要有個溫差就係0下0度以上就得㗎啦。只不過咧就唔係所有樹嗰啲樹汁都咁甜嘅，咁有一啲樹咧啲樹汁就即係冇甜味㗎啦，但係就可能會做到有啲唔同嘅味道嘅一啲樹漿出嚟咁樣咯，咁所以就係啦。今日呢個旅程咧就嚟到呢度啦，會唔會入去行下呢個 tree walk 先？坐馬車啦！頭先嗰個 tree walk 係要15蚊一個小朋友，但係大人都要8蚊㗎，所以超唔抵。而家我哋坐2蚊一個人嚟。哇！馬
喺後面坐嘅，喺後面㗎。We're just waiting on one more family.
媽媽好大啊！點解可以咁大嘅？
馬匹匹。我哋而家坐馬車啦！哎呀，好搖啊！
之後我下一個快啦！媽媽瞓大隻。
係咯，呢啲馬好大隻。係時候去買手信啦，個 General Store 喺呢度咧可以買馬車飛添嘅。喂，溫暖啊呢度，睇唔睇埋佢先？好，睇價錢。OK， 好啦，有呢啲咩嚟㗎？咩嚟㗎？好 ，Maple Butter 支持緊嘅 Apple Cinnamon Syrup。有呢啲啦，楓糖醬。仲有呢啲咧 ，Maple Popcorn，OK。仲有，哇！有呢個波板糖，都幾靚喎，其實。都幾大塊喎。嚇！哇！有呢啲細細樽㗎啦，又有呢啲咧細細粒嘅糖仔啦，呢個4毫子啊。啱啱喺呢度買，係啦。有呢啲 honey 啦，呢個 honey 嘅，同埋呢啲咧大樽嘅楓糖醬米嘅，屋最大就呢隻啦。4粒要90蚊啊！咁所以咧咩嚟㗎？糖啊，楓糖啊！大家有興趣就可以嚟呢個 Bruce Mill Conservation Park 呢度。咁咧呢個 Maple Syrup Festival 就去到4月1號嘅啫，咁大家可以上網咧預約同埋買飛啦。拜拜！好多嘢食㗎啦！又有呢個籃球機玩，係吹氣籃球。